So President Trump got impeached by House Democrats for incitement of violence. Of course, it's is about the Capitol riot that happened on the 6th of this month. So now Republicans, not really happy about this. They continue to defend the president by saying that, no, he did no such thing. There was no incitement there. What are you talking about? Incitement. What is this? Fake news, not true. Antifa, it's the Democrats, it's both sides. Oh, look, we found a left-winger inside of our, in the Capitol. He's been arrested. It's all over Fox News now. Except that person appears to be getting outed at this very moment as an op. Yeah. So there's a gigantic thread about that. I will post that in the description for you all to take a look at. But this person, no, this Capitol riot, 100% Republican, 100% Trump supporter. All right. So anyway, now what happened is it was on the implied orders of the president to his followers. How do I know? Well, his followers are starting to sing to law enforcement. In fact, according to court documents that had come out, the insurrectionists believed that they were carrying out Donald Trump's explicit orders. Because, it turns out that the most recognizable person involved in the riot spilled the tea to law enforcement. So it's this guy. It's the guy known as the Q-Shaman or whatever. His real name is Jacob Chansley. He talked to the FBI, and here's what that said in the affidavit. Quote, your affiant and an FBI agent spoke on the phone with Jacob Chansley, who confirmed that he was the male in the face paint and the headdress in the vice president's chair in the Senate. Chansley stated that he came as part of a group effort with other quote-unquote patriots from Arizona at the request of the president that all quote-unquote patriots come to D.C. on January 6, 2021. Patriots. Patriots. They keep saying that word, right? They keep saying the word patriot, but I don't think that they know what that means because, during that Capitol riot, there was that little insurrection. There were people carrying Confederate flags. Confederate flags in the Capitol building. As a real American, that's insulting to see that happen, okay? The Confederacy, need I remind you, is not America. It's un-American. It was never America. It was anti-America. It literally attacked America. It is anti-freedom. The Confederate flag is anti-freedom because it stood for a side that literally wanted to keep people in chains. So what country are these supposed patriots serving? Because it ain't the United States. It ain't our country. It ain't my country. No. Here's the thing. These Trump supporters, they heard what they wanted to hear from the president. Okay? During his speech, Trump said, quote, if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. You're not going to have a country. It's not going to exist. What are you talking about? What does that even mean? Other than, of course, being an incitement to, quote-unquote, fight like hell, what does that even mean? What does it mean? You're not going to have a country anymore. What do they think the left's going to kick them out of the country? Well, I mean, maybe. Maybe that's what they think. Because the far right, they want to do that with people who are not white Christian conservatives. They want to kick out the black people. They want to kick out the Latinos, people of Middle Eastern descent. They want to kick out the Asian Americans as well. Because Asian Americans under the Trump administration have been facing a ton of racism because of Trump's fixation on China, as well as falsely blaming them for, of course, coronavirus. And so, yeah, there's that racism going on. And so, I don't know. They think, and I've gone into this before, great replacement nonsense, okay? Where, oh no, it's the left that's bringing in all these minorities into the country so that they can make us a minority and then take over the country. It's ridiculous. It's racist, xenophobic. It's just dumb. It's also just really dumb. All right, so, but they believe it. They believe it. And I don't even know if Trump particularly does. I mean, he's like your old school racist, like, I don't want those kinds of people in my fine establishments, my fine gaudy establishments. But it doesn't matter if he truly believes it or not, because okay, so he does a couple of things. For one, he loves to A/B test his crowd, right? And say things that are vague, but also explicit in the same breath, okay? And so, yes, he's vague and saying, well, you should fight for the country. You should go down to the Capitol. I didn't say explicitly riot, but you kind of get what I mean. So it's like a dog whistle. It's stochastic terrorism. That's what it is. He says the things, and the things get people to do violent things, okay? And so let me give you the definition, the official definition of stochastic terrorism to kind of help you along with what I'm trying to say. It is the public demonization of a person or a group resulting in the incitement of a violent act, which is statistically probable, but whose specifics cannot be predicted. So this, person or group happens to be Democrats. Democrats, they're stealing the election from us. They're stealing the country. You're not going to have a country if you don't have rule of law, because the Democrats hate the law. I mean, it's pretty close to some of the stuff that we have heard Trump say. Okay? And so add that with the intentionally vague rhetoric, which has actually gotten a little specific. Again, the Democrats have stole the election, and you need to fight for it, or else you're not going to have a country. You need to go up into Washington, D.C. And then Rudy saying, oh, we need to have a trial by combat. That's definite incitement. So, and again, over the last 4 years, because it hasn't just happened in the last year. Okay, it's been happening for a long time. And so Trump and the right wing have been stoking this mindset through dog whistles, many times human whistles. We've all heard it. The right wing and the allies have been doing this. And so nobody should be shocked at all that any of this happened, which is why he absolutely should be impeached and be held liable, 100%. I don't think it's a waste of time at all. I think people do need to be held accountable for the things that they do, especially when it comes to Trump trying to rip apart the country for his own ego and his own power. And that's really what it comes down to. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.